Hi, I'm Ruchi Singh from Ruchi Singh Talk. In today's video, I'm going to share a real motivational and inspirational story of a man who lived in the death camp of Auschwitz. Through his amazingly inspirational journey, I want to emphasize a very important point, that we human beings always have the power of choice, the power to choose our attitude and mindset even in the most inhuman of conditions. It is the story of a man whose identity was reduced to just a number. It is the story of a man from whom even the most brutal and dehumanizing Nazi regime could not take away the last of the human freedoms, the freedom to choose one's attitude, not my words, but his. Everything can be taken from a man but one thing, the last of the human freedom lies our growth and our freedom. It is a very powerful thought on power of choice, power of mindset, but it becomes extremely powerful because it was his mindset while he was a prisoner in a Nazi concentration camp. This man was Viktor Frankl. He was a happy boy, surrounded by loving parents, brother and a sister, looking at a life of unlimited potential, unaware of the evil which was about to destroy the lives of millions of people and more specifically Jews. He grew up to become a brilliant neurologist and psychiatrist. Like any other man, fell in love and got married. He was living a life, a simple, peaceful, happy life with its little pleasures and pains. The kind of life which is the birthright of every human being. Life was good till one evil man decided that not every human being was created equal and unleashed unimaginable horror and degradation towards anyone who did not fit in his idea of a super race. In Hitler's Germany, not everyone was born equal. In Hitler's Germany, not every human being was considered human. In such a scenario where even a slightest of mistake could result in most painful death, do you know what this young psychiatrist did? He, Viktor Frankl, made a choice which put his life in considerable danger and gave false diagnosis to save lives of his patients. Because in Nazi Germany, people with mental and physical disability also had no right to live. In 1939, he got his visa for USA, which could have saved him from the Nazi concentration camp. But the visa was just for him. Again, he had to make a choice which I hope none of us have to ever make in our life. His freedom and his life versus his loyalty towards his family and possibility of a horrible death. He chose to decline the visa and entered the camp with his parents and his wife. He again exercised his freedom of choice and chose love. He believed that the salvation of the man is through love and in love. Do you know where these lines were written? Frankl thought of these lines while being marched to forced labor in a concentration camp. He spent 4 years in Nazi concentration camps, facing some of the most inhuman treatment in the modern history. Except for his sister, he lost his wife, mother, father, his only brother, and brother's entire family in Holocaust. No one, not even God, would have blamed him if he had given up on life. But do you know what he did? He organized a unit to help camp newcomers to overcome shock and grief. And later, he also set up a suicide watch. Man, Frankl wrote, determines himself whether he gives in to conditions or stands up to them. Man does not simply exist, but always decides what his existence will be. What will he become in the next moment? After enduring the sufferings in these camps, Frankl could have become bitter and filled with hatred. Instead, he concluded that even in the most absurd, painful and dehumanized situation, life has potential meaning and therefore even suffering is meaningful. He wrote Man's Search for Meaning, a very powerful book which I recommend to anyone who is searching for a purpose, meaning and happiness in life. He said, life is never made unbearable by circumstances, but only by lack of meaning and purpose. His conclusions served as a basis for his theory called logotherapy, which according to the American Journal of Psychiatry has been the most significant thinking since Freud and Adler. Once he was freed from the camp, he dedicated his life to helping people getting psychological healing. He published 39 books, which were translated into as many as 40 languages. He got 29 honorary doctorates, 21 distinguished honors and awards. Even the sadistic Nazi regime could not take away his freedom of choice. Choice to choose his own mindset and attitude in the harshest of conditions. I hope when next we are tempted to complain about the circumstances in our life and make it an excuse to not live to our potential, make it an excuse for not being happy, for giving up, we remember this amazing inspirational man, Viktor Frankl, who, from being reduced to the horror of being just a number, emerged as a mega human who could find meaning in life amongst death. Thank you so much, and I hope this has inspired you as much as it has inspired me. If you like the video, please hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. The links to my website, Twitter and Facebook page are in the description below. And that's all for today. Meditate, breathe right and smile your way through life. Thank you.